When you're working with clients, you are putting together a story. You're putting together the story of their suffering, of how they create their suffering from circumstances in their life. It's like putting together a puzzle. And in order to do the puzzle, you're going to need all of the pieces. In order to put a story together, you're going to need all of the plot points of the story. So the vast majority of your time with clients is going to be spent in gathering all of the pieces that you need before you start putting the story together. And to gather the pieces of information that you need, you're going to model for the client compassion. You are going to do the act of compassion, meaning that you're going to be yourself, your true self, which is open, loving awareness. So you are there with the client, present with the client as open, loving awareness, and you're welcoming in all of the components of that person's authentic self of the moment. So their authentic thoughts, feelings, wants, and needs of this moment are allowed to arise and be expressed. And it's like you're getting them all out on the table. You are bringing all of those pieces into the light of loving awareness, which is you. So you bring all the pieces into the light of awareness, and then you can explore those little pieces and start fitting them together with the client. And when you're doing that, you are both awareness. You're both awareness looking at, observing, attuning to, welcoming in the thoughts, feelings, wants, and needs of that person's authentic self of the moment. So even if you come to the point where you have a lot of the pieces and you're not sure how they fit together, and you don't know exactly how they're creating their suffering, and you can't get a nice, neat little package of a finished puzzle or a clear story, even if that doesn't happen, it's actually not even necessary, because you still have shown the person how to stop suffering. Because the moment that a person recognizes that they are not those pieces, they are not the thoughts, feelings, wants, and needs that are arising in that moment, they are not the self. In fact, who they are is the loving awareness that welcomes in the authentic self in that moment. In the moment they recognize that, they're free and their suffering has stopped. So modeling the act of compassion, of opening your heart to the client and welcoming in their authentic self in that moment, modeling that gives the person the opportunity to do that when you are not there. So now they have seen what it looks like and what it is to have self-compassion. And as soon as you have self-compassion, your suffering stops. In the moment that you recognize yourself as the awareness that has compassion for the self. So they now have the possibility to experience their true self and to stop suffering at any given moment from now on for the rest of their lives. This is all possible because you have modeled for them self-compassion. And you have also had an opportunity to practice being open, loving awareness, so being yourself with that client, which is actually your own life's work.